Hi Esther, I'm so happy to be there with you, and I hope this time will be useful and interesting for both of us.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here too and to do this together.
Yeah,
Let's
thank
go for
you.
it.
Yes. What inspired you to start this work? Do you remember the moment when you felt, I have to do this?
Yes, yeah, that was really a certain moment. It was in 2021, and I was working as a psychologist with a big mental health care organization. And at a certain point, they made the decision to not work with, well, to do not any intakes any longer with people who don't speak Dutch or English. And at that moment, I realized, but that is actually what we need to do here in this problem as well, with a huge waiting list for people who don't speak Dutch or English.
Yeah.
We have to connect them to people with the same background and the same language. So I think there the idea popped up, and then I thought it was a great idea. So from that moment on, I sent, I think the same week, I sent an email to the, how do you call it, the highest chief in my organization, to tell him, like, I have a great idea. Would you like to hear that?
Like startup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it started, just with this idea.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And what was the hardest part in the beginning, and what helped you keep going?
I think the hardest part was, well, from that moment on, I had to, well, no, I think the hardest part was to do it alone. Yeah, because I didn't realize it at that moment, but later on when Beer joined, it was so much better and so much more fun. So starting this alone, I think, was quite hard. But also that there were so many people who were very positive about the idea, and they wanted to continue with it, but it took like forever, and I had to hand in another format about the idea and wait for another meeting. And I think it was almost half a year without any progress, and just waiting for people to help me. So I think that was most difficult in the beginning, to be patient if you're so like full of passion about this idea. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And how have you changed as a person since you founded the company?
As a person, I think maybe I didn't change that much, but I discovered new parts of myself, new qualities, but also things I absolutely can do. Because, well, I've always been a psychotherapist, and I never had the ambition to be to start my own company. So all the hiccups I found, and maybe my impulsiveness was something I knew I was impulsive, but in having your own company and having to wait sometimes, that became more obvious. So change, well, maybe I also grew up a bit more. Maybe I learned to be more patient and learned to be more strategic, for example. I'm not really a strategic person, but I really learned from my partner sometimes to wait. Well, I feel like, yeah, we should call them, we should do this. And then they say, no, it's not the best time, we should do it at another moment. So I think these kind of things I learned a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. What makes what you do unique? What part of it feels most truly yours?
I think PsyGlobal, the idea is still unique what we're doing. There are a lot of companies, similar initiatives, but I think this matching high qualified psychologists with the MHOs, the mental health organizations, or with patients on this level of therapy. I think there are quite some initiatives on more preventive care, also a lot of initiatives on traumatic care, and I think that's really important. But many organizations are really focused on the damage that is done because of a conflict or because of a natural disaster. And I think we as an organization, we also emphasize all different kind of mental health problems, even those that were there before the conflict started. Or, for example, people with personality disorders or bipolar disorders, or what happens to them when a conflict starts. And of course, they will also profit from trauma care, but I think all the other types of therapies that we have and that we are training our people in, I think that is something that really special about PsyGlobal. And that's also where my heart lies. I don't know if that's a good pronunciation, where my heart is, that to offer really good therapies and to be really professional about it. Yeah,
totally agree. And next, my question, it's I create this question, it's I like this and I want to hear your opinion. For example, if your company were a person, what kind of personality would it have?
Ooh, PsyGlobal as a person?
Yeah.
You could describe it as, well, determined, brave. I would also say self-confident. We dare to take, well, risky steps sometimes. Warm and joyful. That's how I look at the team.
What about ambitions?
Is it an ambitious person? I would say really ambitious in reaching the goal, the doing good, the idealistic focus, but also structured. So it's not a description as about me as a person, but I think PsyGlobal is.
And how old she or he is?
It's like. It's quite grown up. Yeah, it's interesting because we are not that old as an organization, but I would say that the character is quite a confident, grown up person. Yeah, funny.
So interesting. Yeah. Okay. And how has your idea of success changed since you started this journey?
Actually, when I sent this email to this person. Like, I have a nice idea, would you like to know about it? My intention was to just give them the idea and let's do this. I don't want to start a company. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I would like to continue working as a psychologist. So success would be then to have it work, to that it exists and that there is a way that we can help those people before those closed doors. So that will be my formulation of success. And then at a certain point, I found out like this takes too long. Okay, I'll try to do it myself. But then still, my idea was to do it for maybe 1 or 2 years and then hand it over to people who really know how to run a company. And well, we are now, what is it, like 4 years further, 5 years? And now I think it did change. Yeah, at first I really wanted the idea to work, and now I would like the company to continue and to grow as well. So it did change indeed.
Yeah. Nice. Was there a decision that felt risky or crazy at the time, but turns out to be a turning point?
The first thing that comes to mind is having beer involved, because I didn't know him at all.
Like not alone. Yeah.
No, we just there was a friend and she introduced us to each other, and I think after one chat online, I thought I want to do this together with him. And it was quite risky because, well, you become partners. Well, you don't even know each other. You don't have, this friend didn't know us either. I mean, it was just like, oh, I heard about this person. So it was not like she could tell me anything about him, but we had such a good connection from the first meeting. So that was risky, but it was really a turning point because he added so much more other qualities to the idea, and it became so much more fun to do it together. So yeah, I would say that moment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And what kind of people do you want to have beside you in our team or community?
might sound a bit cheesy, but the people that we are having in the team, because I'm really impressed by their energy, their brightness. I'm not always there in the team anymore because yeah, that's good to mention as well. I think due to my medical condition, I had to step back a year and a half ago, and then Ursula, she took over, and we were so happy to meet her and to have her on board. And I think she is the perfect person to replace me. I'm really happy with her and Beer now managing the team and the company together. So I'm not always there anymore, but when I'm there, I'm really impressed by the team. So they're, yeah, like I said, they're very enthusiastic and critical as well. And they all really think about the company and our goal as a mission. They think about things that should be improved, and it's not they're just going to their work, but I feel like we're really like, yeah, family or team doing this together. So yeah, I'm very proud of this. Yeah.
I even don't know what to say. So nice.
Yeah. Are you part of it?
Yeah, because it's not about nice. It's about, because you mentioned about your personal situation, but it's, you said this now with like, with not like heart. Do you understand?
No, yeah.
Like with, it's pretty not easy what you have now or last years, but your point of view, like, so brightness.
Yeah, I think it also, because when I had to step back, Beer had to do it by himself for quite some months. And that was difficult. He was doing a great job, but for me it was difficult to feel like, yeah, I'm not helping out anymore, and I felt a bit guilty about it. And it was like a search for me personally, what can I do and what shouldn't I do anymore? But then when Ursula came, and now it feels complete again, so I'm also relieved, I think.
Yeah, for you, like, it's like...
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, nice. How do you keep inspiration alive, both in yourself and in others during challenging times?
For me personally, that really helps. Some experiences that we had, some people, especially in the beginning, we had a few children that were waiting for mental health care for over 2 years, and we had a psychologist from a country far away, and he was able to help them online by by giving them therapy in their own language, and I was so happy about that. And these small, but these examples, they really help you when you feel like it's all too messy and there are too many rules and regulation and we get really lost in all the difficulties. If you think about these few examples, well, right now there are many examples, but you can really change somebody's life. You can really help out by doing what we're doing. So that always helps in difficult times, I think.
Esther, what do you hope people feel when they encounter what you've created?
Well, I hope they find a warm and humanitarian place where we sincerely try to make the world a better place. It sounds maybe a bit too big, but that is our ambition. And sometimes you have to make hard decisions, and sometimes you have to be critical, but I hope they feel our a goal underneath, that we're doing all this to really help out. I really hope that maybe in some years, or maybe already, but that we can, by giving therapy to people who are damaged by conflict or by other, by losing their faith in life, I hope we can help them regain their faith, but also in each other, and especially that each other part. I'm really worried about the conflicts in the world, and that this is going to repeat, and it's going to create more hate. And I would love to be able, in one way, maybe by training our therapists, but just to emphasize the humanity in therapy as well. Not only resolving your own psychological disorder, whatever that may be, but or complaint, but also by this bigger way of facing life and trying to enhance compassion. Yeah, but again, it might be too big, but that is something.
Yeah, it's like your mission.
Yeah.
And so when you see this like picture in your mind, what do you feel?
Yeah, hopeful. I feel like we're kind of losing hope bit by bit in our current world. Maybe it's too pessimistic, but I would really like to find a way to be positive. Well, there's also my personal journey right now in my medical situation. I think hope and optimism are so valuable. So I would like to find a way to give this to people who are traumatized, who are displaced, who are refugees. Yeah.
And next question about challenges. What's one mistake that turned out to be your greatest teacher?
Well, there are quite some mistakes, but I don't know if they teach me anything. Or maybe I didn't see the lesson. Well, there is one mistake it's hard to get over. No. But that was, I think, after a year or so when we started the company, we had an interview in the newspaper, and when the day that newspaper was published, there was a television news program that asked to do an interview on television that evening. So it was all very quick and in a hurry, and I was alone, and Beer was, well, as he is from Limburg, it was during Carnival, so he was celebrating Carnival. And I didn't know what to do, and I thought, well, yeah, maybe this is a good opportunity, and let's do it. What can go wrong? But I was in a kind of a jogging outfit, and no, I don't know. But I went to like the grocery store, and I put some makeup on my face. It was very dark and ugly, and so I was sitting there, and this man, he was asking very, I don't know, strong question about a particular situation. Well, it was about the Ukrainian psychologist in the Netherlands, and I felt a bit forced to answer in a specific way. I didn't think about my answers really profoundly. And then the interview was finished after 20 minutes or so. And I realized, oh no, what did I say? And that evening it was on television, and it was really the worst interview. I mean, it didn't even matter that I looked like, I don't know, a painted clown. But the thing was that I said things that I should have never said. And I really got into problems with partners, and I didn't say it in a way, but you know, the editing and stuff, it looked like I was very critical about the Dutch government, and yeah, so that.
Yeah, and after this interview, it was some problems there?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Some partners we worked with were really angry about what I said. So what I learned from that, was that I should not do any interviews anymore. Well, here I am. No, but that there are things that you cannot do everything. I'm just not very good at being political correct, or to think about my steps really carefully. There are
like
other people.
What right to say and what right not to say.
Yeah. So so specifically, I shouldn't do these kind of things too much. But also just a lesson like, oh yeah, there are things you just cannot do everything. So there are things other things as well that I should not even try to do. I can better ask a partner or someone from the team. I also stopped baking cakes from that day on, because I thought like, I cannot bake cakes. Why am I trying to do this all the time? I should stop doing things I cannot do. So yeah, that was a lesson.
Thank you that you share this story.
Yeah. But maybe again, now I'm thinking maybe I said things that I shouldn't have said as well. But
I think it's pretty like okay for this kind of interview. Yeah, it's not like for television.
Yeah.
It's like for our history.
Yeah.
Was there a moment you felt like giving up? What kept you going?
I think only in the beginning when I was by myself. I think from the moment Beer became my partner and we did it together and the team was growing, I didn't have those moments anymore. But in the beginning when everybody was so so it was so bureaucratic and so slow. And but it's interesting to realize that there haven't been many moments after that that I thought like, we should not do this. But I already mentioned my health. I have cancer, and I have not a very good long perspective. So in the beginning, I felt like, okay, this is what it's going to be. So I decided to do quite almost nothing anymore for PsyGlobal for a while. And I thought I have to focus on my last months and stuff, and I have to focus on my family. And so that was the first thing I did. But even though my time might be less, something changed indeed. And I feel like, why not believe in miracles and just live day by day and do the things that are joyful for you? So I started to make plans again, even though my doctor would maybe laugh at me, but I make plans for next year, and I live like I have a long life. And for me, that really works. It makes it so much more fun. And also with PsyGlobal, I started to do things again, and I thought, I like to join the team, and I like to help. For example, I sometimes guide psychologists if they have difficulties in like more the clinical work. And I think along with Beer and Ursula, and I really enjoy it. So why not? So just people can say whatever, and doctors as well, and maybe they're right, but we don't know yet. We don't know the truth. So just live day by day and try to enjoy it as much as possible. And the same goes for the company and goes for my personal life as well, I think.
Yeah, it's so strong, like story and points of view.
Yeah, and it's also the easiest way, if you think about it. I mean,
it's easy, but it's totally not easy.
Yeah, maybe. But for me, it's a relief to take it this way.
Yeah, thank you that you shared this. What dream you have about or for PsyGlobal in a few years?
My dream for PsyGlobal is to continue as we do, because I think this is a strong foundation what we're having, and I would really like us to grow. I mean by grow that we go abroad as well. We thought about Germany and Spain, because Beer and Ursula both are living in Spain. It would be really nice to have a company there as well. But if I dream even more bigger, and I do that, I really would love us to be able to help wherever we can. For example, if there is a natural disaster, or there is a conflict somewhere, and people are reaching out for help. They did before, but we weren't able at that point to send psychologists there, like physically or also online. But it would be really great if we could do that, if we could help instantly. But if there is a traumatic event, it also needs some time, and people can help each other. And but I think at that certain point when there is a disaster, the mental health care that is already going on is usually stopped. So also for those people who were already looking for, guided by mental health, I would like that to continue and to be able to step in directly when needed. So if we have already quite a big database of psychologists, but we need the infrastructure to be able to help directly when it's needed.
That would like be great. A big dream.
Yeah. And we're gonna reach it.
I hope, it will be like this.
Yeah.
I so much happy that we have this time together, and thank you for your deep answers for my questions. And I really enjoyed this time, and I think everyone who will see this interview will enjoy also. Yeah,
I hope so too. It was really nice talking about these topics. Some questions really, like, I didn't think about it before, so it's always good to go through this. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.